What if the war never truly ended for some? For the SS members, the battle for survival had just begun. As Nazi Germany crumbled, these men faced a new enemy, justice. The final days of SS members. After World War II explores the brutal fate of these men who, even after the guns fell silent, found themselves in a relentless struggle to evade capture. This documentary delves into the chilling reality of their desperate escapes, global manhunts, and the pursuit of justice that spanned decades. It is not just a story of war's end, but of accountability, remembrance, and the enduring impact of these actions on history and humanity. Join us as we reveal the final days of the SS, hunted across the globe, facing trials, executions, and, for some, an escape from justice. The Schutzstaffel, or SS, founded in 1925 under Heinrich Himmler, evolved from a personal bodyguard for Adolf Hitler into a powerful paramilitary organization responsible for enforcing Nazi ideology, managing concentration camps, and committing atrocities across Europe. Selected for loyalty and racial purity, SS members oversaw the final solution, forced labor, and inhumane experiments, leaving a lasting legacy of terror. Their story is not just one of horror, but of pursuit and justice. After the collapse of Nazi Germany, these men became targets of relentless global manhunts. This documentary delves into their chilling past, their desperate escapes, and the unwavering efforts to bring them to justice. It is a tale of accountability, remembrance, and the enduring impact of their actions on history and humanity. They thought the war was over. For them, it had only just begun. The collapse of Nazi Germany in 1945 marked the end of one of history's most devastating regimes. As Allied forces advanced from the west and Soviet troops pushed from the east, the Nazi military machine crumbled under relentless pressure. Cities like Dresden, Hamburg, and Berlin were reduced to rubble from constant bombing raids. Adolf Hitler, realizing defeat was inevitable, retreated to his bunker in Berlin, issuing desperate orders to non-existent armies. On April 30th, 1945, he committed suicide, signaling the end of Nazi rule. German forces soon surrendered unconditionally. For SS members, this collapse brought fear and uncertainty as they sought to evade capture by destroying evidence of their crimes and fleeing. Many disguised themselves as ordinary citizens, while others formed secret escape routes. The final days saw betrayals within the Nazi ranks, mass suicides, and last-ditch efforts to negotiate with the Allies. This period also marked the beginning of a global hunt for those responsible for the Holocaust, setting the stage for the justice that would follow. The immediate aftermath of Nazi Germany's collapse was a period of chaos, retribution, and reckoning. As Allied forces secured German territory, the true extent of Nazi crimes was uncovered, sending shockwaves around the world. SS members who had enforced the regime's most horrific policies found themselves hunted by soldiers, survivors, and civilians seeking justice or revenge. Many attempted to blend in with the civilian population, discarding uniforms and destroying documents, but their distinctive tattoos often gave them away. Across Europe, ad hoc tribunals and summary executions became common as people exacted vengeance on former SS officers. Meanwhile, the Allies began the arduous task of gathering evidence for formal trials. The liberated concentration camps stood as grim reminders of the SS's brutality, fueling the determination to ensure that those responsible would face justice. The immediate aftermath was not only a time of punishment, but also the beginning of efforts to rebuild and heal from the immense suffering inflicted by the Nazi regime. Post-surrender Europe was chaotic, and SS members faced capture, often met with harsh punishment. Some disguised themselves as civilians, while others were executed on the spot by liberated prisoners and Allied soldiers seeking revenge. The Nuremberg Trials, held between 1945 and 1946, were a series of military tribunals aimed at bringing Nazi war criminals to justice. This unprecedented legal effort, conducted by the Allied powers, prosecuted key leaders of Nazi Germany, including many SS members. The trials revealed the full extent of the atrocities committed during the Holocaust, with harrowing testimonies from survivors who recounted the unimaginable horrors they endured. The prosecution presented thousands of documents, photographs, and witness accounts, leaving no doubt about the SS's culpability in crimes against humanity. High-ranking SS officials like Ernst Kaltenbrunner were sentenced to death, while others received long prison sentences. The Nuremberg Trials set a critical precedent for international law, establishing that individuals could be held accountable for war crimes, regardless of their position or orders received. This section highlights the meticulous pursuit of justice, the legal battles fought, and the enduring impact of these trials on global human rights and accountability efforts. The Nuremberg Trials exposed the horrors committed by the SS, leading to numerous executions and prison sentences. Survivors testified against their tormentors, revealing unspeakable atrocities. The trials also established a legal precedent for prosecuting war crimes internationally. In the chaotic aftermath of World War II, many SS members sought to escape justice by fleeing Europe. Using clandestine networks known as Ratlines, high-ranking SS officers found refuge in distant countries, particularly in South America. These escape routes were often facilitated by sympathizers within the Catholic Church, former Nazi collaborators, and corrupt officials who provided false documents and safe passage. Adolf Eichmann, the mastermind behind the logistics of the Holocaust, lived in Argentina under an assumed name until Israeli Mossad agents captured him in 1960. Josef Mengele, the infamous Angel of Death, who conducted inhumane experiments at Auschwitz, managed to evade capture, living in Brazil and Paraguay until his death. While some lived in constant fear of discovery, others integrated into local communities, building new lives despite their dark pasts. This section explores their escapes, the networks that aided them, and the global efforts to bring these war criminals to justice even decades later. With the help of secret networks known as Ratlines, many high-ranking SS officers fled to South America. Adolf Eichmann lived in Argentina until Mossad agents captured him. Others, like Josef Mengele, lived in fear but managed to escape justice for years, living under false identities. The pursuit of SS members after World War II was relentless, led by determined individuals and organizations who sought justice for the millions who perished under Nazi rule. Foremost among these was Simon Wiesenthal, a Holocaust survivor who dedicated his life to tracking down Nazi war criminals. Wiesenthal's work led to the capture of Adolf Eichmann and many others. Governments around the world also launched operations, with the Israeli Mossad playing a crucial role in locating and apprehending fugitives. The pursuit extended across continents, from Europe to South America, where many SS officers had fled. Nazi hunters employed various methods, including gathering intelligence from survivors, infiltrating neo-Nazi networks, and collaborating with local authorities. Despite the passage of time, the pursuit continued for decades, underscoring the unwavering commitment to ensuring that those responsible for the Holocaust faced justice, no matter where they hid or how long it took. Nazi hunters like Simon Wiesenthal tirelessly tracked down former SS members. Organizations and governments launched operations to bring these fugitives to justice, ensuring that even decades later, war criminals face their consequences. The legacy of the SS remains one of terror, cruelty, and unthinkable human suffering. Across the world, memorials and museums, such as the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial, stand as solemn tributes to the victims of the Holocaust. These sites educate future generations about the horrors inflicted by the SS and the importance of safeguarding human rights. The pursuit of justice for SS war criminals, even decades after the war, reinforced the principle that crimes against humanity must never go unpunished. The legacy of the SS remains a dark chapter in history. Memorials and museums worldwide honor the victims, reminding humanity of the horrors that unchecked hatred can unleash. The pursuit of justice, no matter how long it takes, stands as a testament to human resilience and the importance of remembrance.